So back then, I had like a thing for self improvement. And the reason why really was just like some stupid heartbreak thing that happened to me. But starting off, it was just like, oh, I thought this was easy. Like, I'm gonna do this habit, do that habit, and every day my life is getting better and better. Like, oh, I'm actually becoming this person now, right? I'm gonna become a millionaire someday. But what I really didn't realize is that I was gonna flatline. I was gonna flatline in this certain period in self improvement in which I just did absolutely nothing. I just binge watched self improvement content. I didn't take action. I barely even meditated. I heard about meditation. I've watched like at least like meditation videos for 200 times, probably around that number. But I watched it so much, and yet I didn't take action. I didn't learn anything. It was just the same thing. It was just hesitation, basically. I was like purely held back to take action. But at the beginning, it was like all fine. Like, oh wow, like I'm actually doing this and that. Like, wow, it's actually pretty new for me and actually really beneficial for me. But like when I reached a certain period in which I was like doing it long term, I was like, well, this is boring. I want to try something new. It wasn't as stimulating to me as it was back then. So what did I really do about it? What did I do that made me go from just flatlining to actually getting a little bit somewhere? Because I'm still flatlining. I'm still like messing things up. Like of course we're gonna learn from failures, but like I wanna just share my failures so you can learn from it. So, I just didn't really understand self improvement back then. I didn't fully get the gist of it. Okay, I'm doing this meditation stuff, but like, what's the point? And like, some people say it's just masculinity and like this and that. But self improvement, it's a really broad term. You can't really get an exact meaning or I don't know. I mean, it means to develop yourself to become better, but you can't get an exact purpose or path. And usually you have to like discover your purpose, and this means just to think about like what do you desire in life, what's something you desire that's going to help you in the future. This could be being a dad, fatherhood, being some like millionaire who's like a CEO, entrepreneur type of person, maybe certain things like that, right? And I didn't really have like a purpose back then. I was just like there, just living in the moment. I was just doing whatever, binge watching content so I could feel good that oh, I'm actually in self improvement. I was a poser basically. It was just all vanity. I was just a poser and I just wasn't really doing much, right? So what I really did around that time, since I was just absorbing information, I didn't do anything. So how did I get myself to get doing things? I just like I just started myself off. I just put myself out there in which okay, I'm gonna do this. And I don't care if this happens, that happens. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna see what the consequences, right? And many people are hesitant to do that, in which they're just gonna let themselves flatline because they're scared to take action. They're scared to do this. They're scared to do that. All it takes to do is just take action, and all you have to do to it is just to stay consistent. Because staying consistent is probably like the hardest part of self improvement because it just feels like okay, I'm here now, and I feel like I'm getting nowhere, right? So when you're starting off, I really suggest that you're really just gonna you're gonna absorb information, learn, and then you're gonna create your own path in self improvement. Okay, I'm taking care of my mental health, take care of my sleep, and I'm gonna step here, and oh, I'm probably gonna do entrepreneurship, this and that, right? It's just a lot of planning. It's planning ahead. It's being 5 steps ahead of your opponent, basically. And usually, sometimes your opponent is yourself because your brain cannot be trusted, right? So you just have to gain momentum basically, and that momentum just snowballs in which it's like a massive ball that's like rolling down a hill, and it's filled with like all these like desires and ambitions in which it just keeps getting bigger and bigger because you just keep achieving every single ambition in life, right? But it all comes with taking action, and people are always so dead afraid of taking action, and I don't blame you. It's scary. You're gonna change your life over here, and you're gonna be doing certain things in which you're gonna probably lose friends. Like I personally lost connection with my old friends back then because they weren't the type of people that I would chill with anymore. They weren't the type of people who I wanna make myself to be like. I want to be surrounded by a bunch of successful people, but I can't network with them because I wouldn't have it costs money to have to spend with time with them, right? And I'm not that guy yet, in which, oh, I'm like successful and I can network with people. I'm not that guy, right? So also, you just have to network with people out there that you wanna like be with and you wanna be similar to. Like if you find some successful dude, or you find some like, let's say you're ambitious in boxing, right? You work out at a boxing gym. You find some guy there who's like really good at boxing. So you basically, what you do is you just befriend him because you want to learn from him, and then you guys become like really good best friends and just sparring buddies eventually. And you kind of like gain. You kind of like, I don't want to say you're like being a parasite to him. You're kind of gaining his skill from just working with him. Basically, that's kind of like the thing with being rich, because when you like want to be successful in life, you kind of have to just absorb from like other people's success and like understand like, oh, this is really what success is like, right? So it's also not just like taking action for you to like get out of that rut and starting off with self-improvement. It's also being surrounded by those who you want to be like. They'll keep you in check, definitely, but hopefully you understand that and you can make use of it.